Well...
Look, I've got to go, Tony. Spud said he'd tear this place to pieces if I didn't do what he said. And I can't do that to Jude.
Proviso? What is it?
That your parole be suspended until we can find a suitable place for you. Of course, there are dozens of old people's homes about, but we must find one that has the proper medical attention available.
Old people's home?
Yes, Mrs. Birdsworth. A place where you can relax and mix with people of your own age. Don't worry. You'll be well looked after.
Looks like they're bringing someone in. Whew, must be a real toff to get all that attention. That bitch Morris. Trust her to get a ride to work with the cops. Why they got her by the arms? Maybe she's sick. Almost looks like they're bringing her in under arrest, don't it?
All right, Meg, now what's this all about?
Well, I really had no choice, Mrs. Davidson. I couldn't see old Judy's good work go down the drain. And without my testimony, they had no option but to drop the charges. I realise I've disappointed you.
Nonsense, I admire your ethics. I just hope your faith in Judy Bryant has not been misplaced. I'm sorry you couldn't have been sent to Barnhurst, but the department cannot accommodate short-term prisoners there.
I'll survive it. It's only 72 hours after all.
Well, 3 days inside can be a lifetime. You ought to know that.
It need not be quite so grim. I'll have you placed in isolation. You need never see the women.
No, I don't want that. I don't want the women to think that I'm receiving any special treatment because I'm an officer. I mean, they'll resent it, and I'll lose their respect completely.
You can't be serious. Surely you realise you'll be in danger.
Yes, I do. But this is our chance to show the women that nobody gets special treatment.
I think Mrs. Morris is right. Technically, she is a prisoner and should be treated as such, but, well, we have to show the women that we can take it as well as dish it out.
Well, I think you're wrong, but I shan't press the point. At least I can make sure you are in a single cell and there is always an officer on duty in the communal areas. I would prefer you not to work, though. I can't have Gaffney and her team locked up for 3 days. Is that a fair compromise?
I suppose so. But I don't want anything to jeopardise my position with the women once I'm back on duty.
I'm afraid the department has taken a very dim view of your contempt of court, regardless of your motives. There is to be a departmental inquiry to decide as to whether you may continue as an officer at Wentworth.
G'day. Where's Max?
She's not here.
She bloody better be. I'm gonna sort her right out.
She left this morning, and she's not coming back.
Pig's ass. She wouldn't run out on me. She hasn't got the guts. Where's the other fat heap?
She's not here either.
That figures. She's been dying to get into Maxie's pants.
Oh, you just watch your mouth, Murphy. You're talking about a lady.
I'm talking about a bloody great bulldog that wants to get off with my bird.
Look, I don't know where Maxine is, and frankly, I couldn't care less. But Judy is in Sydney alone.
Well, that leaves just you and me to sort things out, doesn't it?
All right. Get out.
Jeez, you scare me gutless. Well, what do you know? The little poof thinks he's flaming Bruce Lee.
All right, Murphy, come on. Come on.
Let go, you bastard!
I could break your neck right now. If you ever come near this place again, I'll do it.
You won't be such a bloody smart ass next time, Berman. I'll be back, and I'll bring my mates with me.
Well, you do that. The consorting squad have already got this place under surveillance. I'm sure the police would be happy to meet you and your mates. It's open season on bikies this week.
Wait till I get that two-faced bitch. I'll wring her bloody neck.
See? What did I tell you?
Hey, Mrs. Morris. Is this for real, or are you on your way to a fancy dress party?
No, B, I'm in for real, as you put it.
Hey, go on, straight up. What did you do? Put the hard word on Ted Douglas, did you?
I think that's more your line, Chrissy.
Good one, Mrs. M.
What did they get you for then?
Well, let's just forget it, shall we?
Meaning you're not going to tell us?
Meaning it's my business, Chrissy. Same as any new prisoner.
That's right. If you don't want to tell us, that's fair enough by me, but you can't blame us for being surprised.
So for the next 3 days, I'm just like the rest of you.
One of us, are you? That means you take your chances and fight your own battles and don't go lagging to the screws if something should happen to you, just like us.
I'm warning you, Margot, lay off.
What you gonna do, B? Blow your parole to protect a screw?
Why don't you just try me and see? You'll keep.
Screw lover.
I just warned you, Margot, at the moment, Meg Morris is not a screw.
Hey, B, hang about. For all we know, she could be a bleeding spy, put in here to report back to Davo.
That's right.
Oh, you're an ungrateful bitch, Chrissy, after all she did for you and your kid. Besides, if Davo wanted to put a spy in here, she wouldn't send a bloody screw. We'd get another Kate Peterson.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I'm ever so sorry, Mrs. M.
That's all right, Chrissy. Believe me, I'm not looking for trouble from anyone.
Ah, g'day, stranger. Hey, where have you been? You missed the floor show.
What floor show?
You'll never guess who's just come in.
There go, B. I'm not in the mood for fooling around.
All right, then. If you don't want to know,
Well, I don't.
I'll tell you anyway. Mrs. M's been nicked. She's in for 3 days.
Bull dust.
True.
You're full of it.
I'm telling you, it's true.
What for?
Well, she didn't say. But she's in here, all right. Prison uniform and all.
Mrs. M.
Well, if a good-hearted soul like Mrs. M can end up with a bunch of no-hopers like us, there's just no justice in the world. Like those mongrels on the parole board.
They haven't turned you down, have they?
No. They're gonna let me out all right. But they're gonna send me to an old people's home.
You're joking.
The quack reckons I need care and rest. Oh, Pete. They're sitting there with a bunch of old tarts who can't even remember their own names.
You can't blame the doc for that, Lizzie. The way you've been walking around here lately, you look like a candidate for the crematorium.
How was I to know they'd think I was on my last legs? I'm not, am I, love?
Oh, of course you're not.
It's because my face is wrinkled up like an old prune. They reckon I'm all dried up. I was really pretty when I was a young girl. Now I look like a weather-beaten old bag. But inside, I feel just the same, full of life, as though I could go on forever.
Yeah, and you probably will too, you old devil. Just be bloody minded. Now, come on, you stop feeling sorry for yourself.
An old people's home's just like a prison. But you can't never escape. And you can't get out alive.
Oh, come on, love, don't talk like that.
I'm not gonna fool myself. I am old. I'm finished.
Right, time for your shower.
How's the back?
I can't believe you've had the same problem.
Yeah, the first 5 years are the hardest.
Oh, great science defence, believe me.
Yeah, what have they got in those mattresses anyhow? Rocks?
Don't be daft. Them mattresses is genuine horsehair.
Yeah, with a couple of hooves thrown in for good luck.
Oh, some of you don't know when you're well off. We could be in far worse places than this.
If your face got much longer, Lizzie, we'd have to cart it round in a wheelbarrow.
Well, that's a nice way to talk to a dying woman.
Take no notice of her, she'll snap out of us.
Yeah, it must be a bit of a lark, you being in here with us. Seeing how the other half lives, eh?
Well, it's hardly a lark, Chrissy, but it's educational.
Come on, Tammy, hurry up.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning,
Carry on, please. How are you getting on, eh?
I'm fine. Really? Big trouble.
Well, there's really quite a queue, isn't there?
Oh, it's always like this, Mrs. Davidson. What we really need is en-suite bathroom.
No, what we need is less showers in.
Just a plum to come out with something like that.
Who's calling me a pom?
Me.
You know, it would be quite in order for you to stay in your cell until the women have finished showering, eh?
No, I'll wait my turn.
Very well, as you wish.
One of us, eh? Must be nice to have friends in high places. Once a screw, always a screw.
Shut your mouth.
Hooray! Good one, Mrs. M.
What do you reckon? You want to have a go at tipping Morris on her, you? No, I don't. She's been bloody decent to me over the years. Now, if you were talking about Fergo the freak, yeah, I'd be in it boots and all. No, Mrs. Morris is a good stick. Suit yourself. I reckon I can get plenty of volunteers to help to do a screw over. Good, great. Go on, you do that. You're going soft. Piss off, Margot. You're making me gums bleed.
For $10, I'll take off me undies and you can really drool. And for an extra $5, I'll even give you a pair of binoculars.
Watch your mouth, you little whore.
I might be a whore, but the uniform doesn't change what you are, Miss Ferguson.
Whatever I might be, Seymour, I could never sink as low as filthy sluts like you. Now get dressed.
Well, what's got her knickers in a knot then?
That rotten bitch was perving on me and I called her on it. God, I thought she was going to break my neck.
You don't know the half of it. Look, love, don't you mess about with her. She nearly killed me once.
Oh, God, what a weirdo.
She don't need no reason, neither. She just gets her kicks out of hurting people. She's off her bloody rocker. That's why we call her the freak.
Thank God I'm getting out of this hole tomorrow. And I'm never coming back.
Come on, hurry up and get dressed. Otherwise, we're never going to get another shower. I've got a CB and all.
What about?
Oh, Mrs. Morris. Look, come on, hurry up. I'll tell you on the way.
Are you off your tucker, Mrs. M?
I'm afraid I am, Lizzie.
Tastes okay to me.
You and me have had a while to get used to it, Bea.
Well, like I said, the first 5 years.
The hardest.
Well, devil kidneys and the pheasant are off. So I had to put up with Mrs. O'Regan's revenge.
Yeah, well, look, never mind that now. We've got trouble with Gaffney again. She's drumming up recruits to do Mrs. M over.
Typical.
Well, you'd have been better off in isolation, Mrs. M.
I suppose so, Lizzie. I was offered it, but I
You
just
mean you
don't-
could have set it out nice and cushy away from all of us?
Well, why the hell didn't you? I would have done.
Yeah, we know.
How could I possibly justify being treated any different from the rest of you? I mean, if there's going to be trouble, I have to face it the same way you would.
Oh, but you would have been safe, Mrs. M.
Don't worry, Lizzie. She will be. I want you to pass the word around. Nobody, but nobody touches Mrs. Morris. And that's an order. Anyone who tries different is going to be bloody sorry.
Maxine, wait!
don't know what you think you're playing at, but you're going the right way to end up in court.
Well, that's exactly where I was planning to end up, mate. How about giving a girl an escort?
Thank you. Oh, I think I've left Daniel's file on the governor's desk. Would you mind? Well, Daniels, thought you were pretty smart spreading that filth about me to Simpson the last time you were in, didn't you? Well, Simpson's gone, but I'm still here, and so are you. So you open your mouth about me just once, and I'll have you. Understand?
Yeah.
Good. Glad to see I'm getting through to you. Stand on the line. Maxine Daniels has just been admitted, Governor. I've put her on laundry duty.
Yes. Her file isn't here. Did you find it?
Yes, I had misplaced it temporarily.
And how long is she going to grace us with her presence this time?
30 days. She's lost her license, too. Careless driving and exceeding the speed limit.
I'm surprised she didn't sell her motorbike to pay the fine, instead of spending a month in prison.
She wouldn't have had the brains. Oh, she's got cunning, but it's animal instinct rather than intelligence.
You don't like Daniels, do you?
I wasn't aware that liking the women was a prerequisite for this job.
It isn't. But I wouldn't like the past trouble between you to be repeated.
I don't think either of us need worry about that. Daniels won't be here long enough to cause any trouble.
I hope you're right. Now, would you please fetch Lizzie Birdsworth? I have some good news for her.
Very well.
Around here, everyone pulls their weight. So there'll be no bull about bad backs and sickies. Got it?
Sure, B. I don't mind a bit of work now and then. As long as it keeps me away from Ferguson.
Ah, so we'll stay in here with us, do you, where it's nice and safe?
No, I can look after myself. Only she can be a mean bitch. You know how to handle her.
Look, kid, there's no need to kiss my butt. You want me to look out for you, do you? Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. On one condition. Last time you were in here, you had a few little deals going. Well, from now on, there'll be no more of that. You answer to me and no one else. Do you understand?
That's fine by me, B.
Hey, how about you two doing some work? Looks like I'm the only one doing anything round here.
Well, if you're so busy, where is this afternoon's laundry?
Oh, gee, I don't know. It must be still in the loading bay.
We'll go and get it. And what are you grinning at? These need folding.
The gardens are beautiful. I understand the accommodation is excellent. And there's 24 hours supervision.
I knew there'd be screws and all.
Lizzie, what's the matter? Something's troubling you.
Oh, I don't reckon it's my cup of tea. I don't fancy living with a bunch of old codgers. Besides, who's going to pay for it? I can't out of me pension.
Well, you still have Sid's land. That must be worth quite a large amount.
I'm not going to sell that land. That's me nest egg for me old age.
Lizzie, this is your old age we are talking about. At least go and see Rosewoods. I'll arrange a pass. If you like, I'll come with you.
Rosewoods? The very name gives me the willies.
Lizzie, you must realize that unless you want to end your days in Wentworth, Rosewoods is your only choice. The parole board will not change its mind.
All right. I'll go and look at it. But I won't like it.
Oh, boy, I'll be glad to get back to work and off my feet for a while.
Yeah, I'm afraid the trade in here is pretty limited.
What about Macho Murray? Don't tell me you can't get him to drop his stacks.
I'm trying. Well, when it comes to holding hands, I'll give him a 10. Trouble is, that's all he wants to do.
Maybe he's a slow starter.
Yeah, well, I like my men to be fast starters and slow finishers. It's funny, that. I thought he really had the hots for me when he put me on the pill.
He gave you the pill? For nothing?
Yeah, nothing's about the size of it and all.
Hey, what a great rod. Hey, I might just trot down there myself and see if I can get a month's supply in the house.
Hello, what you doing in here?
About 30 days. How'd you be?
Oh, so. This is Penny. Penny Maxie, she and half a card.
Hi.
G'day. Scrubbing floors, eh? Should be good for a slip disc and a couple of days sickie.
What?
Working's against her religion.
That's right. Hey, Chrissy, I heard Anna's in Barnhurst. Afraid the freak might have got to her.
She had a bloody good go at it.
Oh, geez, the more I hear of that Ferguson, the happier I am I'm getting out of here tomorrow.
Oh, half your luck. Well, don't work too hard.
Go on.
Oh, got me luck and change for a minute.
I'll be buggered. What do you want to go getting yourself into any more trouble for?
I told him I had to get in to see you old windbag. I heard you've been real crook.
Me? Oh, I'm as fit as a fiddle. Just putting on a bit of an act. See if they let me out of here.
Hey? But I thought you was in hospital.
That was just a touch of pneumonia. I'm as good as new now, only the bastards on the parole board won't believe me. I reckon they're going to send me to an old people's home.
Sounds like a grouse idea to me. Plenty of tucker, no work, waited on hand and foot.
Wash your mouth.
Oh, come on, Lizzie. Well, you don't have to stay in bed like some of them oldies. If I know you, you'll be off every day to see Judendore, have a few snorts at the pub, be home in time for tea.
Yeah. I suppose I could use the place just to sleep in.
That's right. Be more like a hotel than an old folks' home. Except you'd have mates there if you needed them.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought of that.
Remember what I said. Not a word from anyone, right?
What's going on?
You bloody... Get out of the way, you big ox! Oh, no! Oh, God, Mrs. Morris, like you Christmas! Somebody help! Help! Somebody in New Orleans!
Morris. Oh, Mrs. Morris, are you all right? Oh, my God. Oh, Latham! Might have known if there was trouble, you'd be behind it. Oh, that's bloody marvellous.
Yeah,
that is
get
form. Mickey, you all right?
I think so. I could have been worse if it hadn't been for Chrissy.
Latham? Well, then who's responsible?
I don't know. I didn't see them, and they're very careful not to say anything.
Okay, Latham. Who's responsible for this? Beats me. Never seen them before. No, don't get smart. I want names. Well, you'll have to get them from someone else, won't you? Because I don't lag. Well, is that so? Okay, you can think about it in a pound.
Polly!
Stay out of this, Mick. I'm not going to sanction these women covering up for each other. Take her away. Thanks a million.
Oh, what a mess.
Yeah, and this is just the beginning. Now, come on, can't you see why you've got to go to isolation?
No, I don't see. It's more important than ever for me to stay right here. Otherwise, they just lose respect for us.
Thank you. All right, Seymour. What seems to be the problem?
Oh, no problem really, Mr. Murray. Only I'm supposed to start my new month of the pill today, and I haven't got any. And I don't get out till tomorrow. So I thought you could give me a new course. I mean, you can't take risks in my job.
don't you normally keep a month's supply ahead?
Sure, but I don't keep them on me. I mean, I wasn't expecting to get picked up and land in here, was I?
Well, then, I suggest that you start a new course when you get out tomorrow. Take some extra precautions for the next week or so.
Extra precautions? You mean like those creams and things? Oh, come on, you gotta be kidding.
No, I'm not.
But I can't spend half an hour mucking about in the bathroom.
Well, then, what about an IUD?
Oh, no. I had one of those once and I lost it. See what happened was that...
Yes, well, you can spare me the details. Look, maybe you should think about getting into some other kind of business. I mean, you seem like a fairly bright girl.
Don't give me that what's a nice girl like you doing in a business like that routine. I'm bloody good at it. That's what I'm doing, innit?
Yes, well, prostitution may be the world's oldest profession, but it's also the lowest. Guaranteed to ruin you physically and emotionally. But, of course, if you're content to live in the gutter...
I am. You know, you and Miss Ferguson ought to get together and compare notes. You're both wowsers. Anyway, you can't refuse me the pill. I've got a right to it.
That's right. While you're a prisoner. And you have 1 day left, so I shall give you 1 pill.
What happened? Are you all right?
Don't worry. It's all under control. I hope. Really good. Another thing.
God, you look a mess.
What the hell's been going on?
I don't make a lot of friends in my job.
Who did this?
I don't know. But I would have looked a lot worse if Chrissy hadn't stepped in.
Where's Chrissy now?
In solitary, I'm afraid.
And she was only trying to help you?
She chased them off. Mrs. Powell thought she was involved in the fight.
Well, at last you're seeing what this place is all about.
Gee, Mrs. Morris, you look terrible. What'd you do, walk into a glass door and get yourself all cut up? What a pity.
Piss off, Margot. There's your culprit. Signed, sealed and delivered.
Let it go, Bea. You're probably right, but I don't think there's anything we can do about it.
That's right. We got no proof.
Big tip we haven't. She and her mates had the laundry long enough to pull a stunt like this. Well, I'll fix that sly bitch.
That bloody Neil Murray, I don't know what Chrissy sees in him. I reckon he's a real pain in the neck. Oh, Mrs. Morris. Your face. Oh, don't tell me Ferguson's been at it again.
Oh, heavy day?
Oh, not really. But the gall of some of these women never ceases to amaze me.
Yeah.
You know, the Seymour girl had the nerve to ask me for a month's supply of the pill just 1 day before her release.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put anything past that little slut. They really knew what they were doing when they put her in with Latham. Talk about birds of a feather.
Oh, yes, well, you're surely not comparing the two, are you? Chris is no angel, but she's in a different class completely to Seymour.
You think so? They're both whores, whether it's for favours or for money. That kind of scum doesn't deserve to live.
Hi. You off home?
Yeah, in a minute.
Half your luck. I got a rec room duty tonight. Someone's got to supervise Meg. You heard you got bashed?
Yeah, Mrs. Powell told me.
Yeah, but I wouldn't worry about it too much. The bruising only seems to be superficial. Well, she'll be all right in a couple of days.
Maybe. What's to stop one of the other women having a go at that?
Oh, really? Look, nobody forced Meg Morris into this situation. She got into it herself. Now, if she wants to play martyr to prove a point, then she's going to have to accept whatever happens to her. It's not our responsibility.
You've got to have 50 points to meld.
Right, so I pick up 2,
Yeah.
like that, and I discard 1.
I knew it.
Oh, what's the matter?
Chrissy just got word out of the pound. It was Gaffney who laid into you. I'll fix her little red wagon.
Bea, you mustn't. She's dying to prove that I'm getting special treatment. If not from the screws, at least from you. Now, you know that if you get caught, you've blown any chance you ever had of parole.
Well, then what do you expect me to do?
If we've got proof, we'll go to Mrs. Davidson.
Not if you want to be treated like the other prisoners, you won't.
All right, then, let's drop the whole thing.
No way.
I mean it, Bea. You are not going to risk your parole because of me. Now, forget it.
You're on our territory now, Meg. You don't give orders anymore.
All right, ladies, that's it for tonight. Wrap it up.
Well, this time tomorrow I'll be back to work.
Yeah.
Not bad next week.
You'll probably be back in here again. But not so much time.
Meg, I have a word for you. Move along, Bea.
Is there something wrong?
Everything's wrong. You think you've got a friend in Bea Smith, but you must know by now you can't trust any of these women. And look how they bashed you.
It had nothing to do with Bea.
I didn't say it did. It's not safe for you in with the other women. If you'd only go to isolation...
Steve, I can't. Look, I'm doing this for principle. And I'm sorry you don't agree with me. Now, you said I was vulnerable. And you're right. If I hadn't have had that single cell, this attack would never have happened on me. Well, from now on, I'm not going to let that situation occur again. I'm going to work.
Work? Where?
Well, in the laundry, print shop, workshop, anywhere. There's safety in numbers.
She's all yours. Just sign the transfer.
Don't wait up for me, Miss Ferguson. I won't be coming back after the trial.
Oh, really, Fields? If I had $1 for every time I've heard a prisoner say that, I'd be a very wealthy woman. Can I help you?
Yes. I'd like to see Meg Morris, please.
Oh, is this a legal visit or are you a relative?
No, it's not.
Well, I'm afraid you can't see her.
You don't understand. I'm Tony Berman from the Halfway House.
I don't care if you're the man in the moon. You can't see her, and that's final.
Are you always as rude as this?
I always obey the rules, if that's what you mean.
Well, then let me see Mrs. Davidson. She'll sort this out.
That's out of the question.
Are you refusing to let me
She's
see
out.
her? Then I'd like to see Bea Smith.
On what grounds?
I have to arrange for a new supply of toys the women are making. I understand this is a project which has both Mrs. Davidson's and the department's support.
Sign over there.
So you're helping Jude out, eh?
Well, I suppose so. Except at the moment there's no one to help. What's with the Gestapo agent at the front desk? Was murder getting in here?
Gestapo agent? Oh, that sounds like our beloved Officer Ferguson.
Sort of butch-looking lady.
Yeah, that's her. She'd make a great fool forward.
She nearly bit my head off when I asked to see Mrs. Morris. How's she coping?
Not so good. Oh, she's game enough, but she's finding out a few home truths that most screws don't want to know about. And to make matters worse, one of our prize nitwits beat her up.
Oh, no. I feel kind of responsible after all she did for the Halfway House.
What did she do?
What, you mean she didn't tell you?
Well, I didn't exactly ask.
Oh, she stood up in court and flatly refused to give evidence against Judy. That's why the judge jailed her, for contempt of court. If it wasn't for Meg Morris, Judy would probably be back in here.
Well, what's Jude been up to?
Oh, it was just circumstantial, but it looked really bad.
That is some lady.
Oh, any word on my release time yet, Mr. Faulkner?
It'll be after lunch soon.
Thanks.
Lawson, Dr. Weissman's here to see you.
Sure.
Dr. Weissman, the psychiatrist.
Shrink? I'm not going to see him. You think I'm a nutcase or something?
I don't think anything of the kind. You agreed to undergo treatment and he's here to see you now.
Yeah, well, I've changed my mind. Psychiatrists are for nuts, and I'm not a nut.
Psychiatrists are just doctors, Paddy. Sometimes it helps to talk about your problem.
That's right.
I haven't got any problem, and I'm not talking to no bloody shrink.
G'day. You wouldn't be Neil Murray, would you?
Well, yes, I am. Have we met?
No, I'm Tony Berman from the Halfway House. I just came to see how Meg Morris was and found she'd been in the wars.
Oh, well, fortunately, it was nothing serious. So she's got a black eye and a few minor contusions, but nothing permanent. Oh, I think she was shaken more than anything.
Oh, thank God for that.
How is it at the house?
Well, right now, we're trying to help young pros. You know, a lot of these kids go on the streets because they've no money and no place to go. At least if we give them a roof over their heads, we've got a fighting chance of keeping them off the game.
Yes, well, I wish you the best of luck, but I think you're fighting a losing battle. Wars are born, not made.
Well, I hope you're wrong.
I doubt it.
Oh, I hope this not late. My stomach's sitting at SOS signals. Hey, that Berman boy's a nice kid.
Tony? Yeah, I don't know him very well, but I like what I see so far.
Real fond of information, too.
B? What are we going to do about Paddy?
I don't see there's anything we can do.
Well, why don't you talk to her?
I'm her cellmate, not her mother. Besides, you think by now she'd realise that she's got a kink in the brain. There is always going to be some bitch like Ferguson around to take advantage of it.
I don't understand. What's Joan got to do with Paddy's problem? Hey, and don't tell me to be lagging.
As a matter of fact, I wasn't going to. After all, it wouldn't be laggy for me to warn a fellow prisoner about a crooked screw, would it?
Go on.
Well, first of all, she bullied Paddy into setting up a book. And then she set her up against me, hoping that I would do my block, bash her, and lose all my chances of parole.
I see.
That's child's play for Ferguson.
Well, why wasn't it reported?
You still haven't woken up about this place, have you? We've complained about prison officers until we're blue in the face. Where does it get us? No one wants to know, so what's the point?
Oh, poor Paddy. Well, if we don't help her, who's going to?
Oh, all right, come on, let's see if we can sort her out.
Oh, hi. Seen Lizzie?
Look, what's this about you refusing to see Wiseman?
Don't you start on me, B. It's none of your business.
Come on, we're only trying to help.
Well, butt out. I don't need any help. None of you understand.
You're not the first person to go and see a shrink, you know. Even I had to go and see him when I lost my memory. No, Wiseman's good. He knows his job.
Well, bully for him. Let him practice on someone else.
Why don't you stop acting like a 5-year-old? There's nothing to be ashamed of.
I'm warning you, B. Get off my back.
So what's happening here?
Oh, we're just trying to persuade Paddy to go and see Dr. Wiseman.
Oh, now look, Lawson. The department's gone to a lot of trouble to bring Dr. Wiseman out here for your benefit. Now, no one's going to be very impressed if you refuse to see him.
I'm not a nutcase.
Here's something that might help you. I've had a call from St. Anthony's. And that man you attacked, well, he's out of his coma, and he might live after all.
Hey, come on. What's wrong? I mean, the bloke's going to be all right. You didn't want him to die, did you?
Oh, no, I don't know. Why am I crying? I don't know anything anymore.
Hey, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, how can I? I don't even know why I did it. I really like Trev. Trevor Parker, that's his name. We used to go out together. Oh, nothing serious, just movies in the pub, you know.
What happened? Did you have a fight?
No. No, I don't think so. We were at the office party. I think I was a bit pissed, I'm not sure. Anyway, he reckoned it was too crowded and we should find somewhere quiet. So we went into the storeroom. But I didn't like it in there. There were no windows and I couldn't see out. Begged him to open the door, but he thought I was kidding and he wouldn't let me out.
Well, what happened then?
I don't know. Well, no one believes me, but it's true. Next thing I remember, I was in the corridor. They reckon I beat him unconscious, but how could I? I mean, he was miles bigger than me, unless...
Unless what, love?
I don't know, but it's something terrible, I know it is, and that's why I don't want to see a shrink. Oh, I'm scared, B. I'm scared of knowing.
But it's worse not knowing. I mean, you can't go on like this throughout your life. That's why you must see Dr. Wiseman.
You think he can fix me up?
Well, if he can't, no one can. But you owe it to yourself. If Wiseman can prove that you were under a mental strain when you hurt this bloke, you could find yourself acquitted. Now, you're going to throw away a chance of freedom, are you? It's in your hands, love.
So long, Mr. Murray. Hey, if you ever want your money's worth for that free pill, you know where you can find it.
Yes, I know where I can find you. But think about what I said, will you?
What about giving the game away?
Yes, I would like to see you back here.
You're wasting your breath. Her kind never change. You pull them out of the gutter and they crawl straight back into it.
Say goodbye to Chrissy for me, Mr. Murray. Give her a big kiss from me, will you? Well, this is it. I'd say it's been nice knowing you, but you wouldn't want me to be a hypocrite, would you?
Don't be cocky, Seymour. I'm bound to be seeing you again.
Oh, Miss Ferguson, I didn't know you cared. Bring some cash with you.
Hate to say I told you so.
It must be such a strain, being so perfect.
I can live with it.
I'll do the processing if you want to take a tea break.
Well, Fields must have charms that I've failed to notice. Here's the charge sheet.
I gather things didn't go too well.
You can read, can't you?
6 months. I'm sorry. Still, it could have been worse.
How? That judge decided I was guilty before I even opened my mouth. And that bloody idiot barrister should have been working for the prosecution.
I know how you feel.
You don't know how I feel, so please don't patronize me.
Hey, look, considering the amount of money involved, it's not a heavy sentence.
Could I
Look,
go to my cell, please?
Right, stand the white line. Barbara Jean Fields, you've been found guilty of theft and sentenced to 6 months imprisonment at Wentworth Detention Centre.
Gotcha.
Oh, no. Who's winning?
Give you 3 guesses.
B. I talked to Mrs. Powell. I'm going to get treatment from Dr. Weissman.
Oh, good. About time you came to your senses.
It's all you're doing. After the way I carried on, you could have dumped me, but you tried to help me instead. So I reckon I owe you one. See,
Yeah, what is it?
Well, some of the women, not me, mind you, but some of them, are real crabby with you. They say you're losing your grip because you didn't sort out Gaffney and her mates.
Oh, are they now?
It's not that they're trying to suck up to a screw. No offence, Mrs. Morris. It's just that, well, they reckon you're supposed to be the leader, and so it's your job to do something about it.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not. They're right. Thanks, Penny. You can spread the word that I am still top dog and I'll do something about it real soon.
Sure. You are not going to get into trouble because of me.
This is not on your account. Whatever I do from now on is for my own benefit.
G'day, love. Fancy a little? Well, what do you know? I had a feeling you might take me up on it. Come on, then. Hey, what are you doing? No. No. Please.
give me roses. I wish he could again, but that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines.